A prominent Pharisee invited Jesus to his home on the Sabbath. When he got there, he realized that everyone was looking at him intently. And then he saw the reason why. Standing before him was a man who was suffering because his entire body was swollen. Jesus looked at the religious leaders and said, "I have a question for you. Is it legal to heal on the Sabbath?" No one said anything. So Jesus turned to the man and healed him. Once he had sent him on his way, he said to those around him, "If your son fell into a well, you wouldn't worry if it was a Sabbath or not. You'd quickly get him out. You do the same for an animal." No one could contradict him, so they didn't say anything. At the meal, Jesus noticed that people were quick to claim the best seats for themselves. So he said to them, "Don't rush to sit in the most prominent place. If you do, your host may have to move you to make room for someone who's more worthy. And if he did, it would be in front of everybody. How much better would it be for you to go to a lesser place? And it may be that the host will say, 'Don't sit there. Move up to this higher place.' And again, it would be in front of everyone." Listen to what I am saying. Those who are constantly promoting themselves will be humbled. But those who live in humility will be exalted by others. He then turned to the host that were putting on the meal, and he said, "The same is true with you. When you put on a special meal, don't invite those who will make you look better, those who are well able to repay in kind. No, invite the poor, the lame, and the blind. If you do, you will be blessed. If you invite those who are not able to pay you back, God will see it, and He will repay you at the resurrection." He then told him this story. He said, a great man decided to host a large banquet. He made up his guest list and sent out invitations, and everyone accepted. So a date was set, and he and his servants made all the preparations. When everything was ready, he sent out servants to say to his guests, "Come, everything is now ready." Without exception, they all made excuses on why they couldn't come. One said, I've just bought a field, and I have to go see it. Another said, "I've just bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I have to go see how good they are." Yet another one said, "Well, I thought you heard that I just got married. I'll stay here with my wife." Oh, the man was angry when he heard these excuses. He said to his servants, "Go into the city, into the streets and the alleyways. Bring the poor, the lame, and the blind, and bring them to my banquet." This was done, and yet there was still room. So he sent his servants out in the country, out in the highways and the lanes, and said, "Insist that they come. My house must be full." But make sure that none of my original guests are allowed in.